My advice for the next president
of the United
My
States.
advice for the next president of the United States.
My advice for the next president of the United States, for what it's worth, and I know they won't follow it, is that less government would be better than more government. The overregulation of almost everything, both at the federal, state, and local level, that's choking business formation and choking new listings of stocks on the stock exchange. The number of listings on the stock exchange has dropped by 30% in the last since around 2000. So these are big problems that the country faces that neither candidate seems to be talking at all about. Nobody seems to be concerned about regulation because it's something in the background that people don't see unless they try to start a business, and then they see it in spades. Basically, today, you cannot start a financial business unless you're already in the financial business because of the compliance issues that are there now and weren't present 30 years ago. The problem that we have is that once regulation is in place, it's very difficult to roll it back, even though it's not working. When it's not working, what you tend to get is even more regulation. I don't think financial markets are too regulated. I think financial companies are too regulated. And that comes about because of this crazy too big to fail phenomenon that everybody seems to accept. And I think too big to fail is a horrendous problem with the system. I would rather just let them fail, frankly, and make them more responsible that way than trying to regulate them. In the crisis 2008 and 2009, there were massive regulators sitting right in these institutions who didn't see the problems coming. So why will they see the problems coming next time? Seems like you'd do better to try to construct a simpler system that got around these problems created mostly by, as I said, too big to fail. Now, I would prefer to see them fail, but no administration is going to let them fail, because they're all worried about what will happen to the economy if you let these companies fail. My own view is you'll probably have 2 weeks of really chaotic stuff, and then it'll settle out. We have a resolution authority, it's called the FDIC, who goes in and resettles small banks when they fail. We're just afraid to apply that to big banks, but I think we should apply it to the big banks as well. Frankly, the banks like too big to fail. It gives them a put option on the rest of us, and that put option is very valuable to them. So they want to argue that raising capital requirements will actually be too expensive for them, but if you believe Modigliani and Miller, there's no cost at all. The simplest regulation, in my view, would be to really up the equity requirements of the capital requirements of financial companies so they wouldn't fail. Raise it so high that they can absorb all the losses that they will undertake. And then if they fail, let them fail.